It's a wonderful right. Gabi, so far. Making money this season. I want to also congratulate those of you that already started, and you've been giving me a good report out there. It's also good that you also make it tangible, but also making my account grow, because you're getting a lot from here. But above that, I'm happy, and I hear a lot of us are making progress already in just 2 weeks and upgrading. But today we're going to look at something very, very essential, because most of the time, and as I talk to people and as I'm talking to so many people who have been calling in, I found out one major area has to do with the headship. If the head is sick, the entire body would be sick. It's very important to understand that the visionary, the one who's carrying this dream, you out there, the entrepreneur, if you don't have the right frame of mind, or you don't have the right understanding of how to lead the people or take the vision into the promised land, it will be a problem. Even the holy books also stated that the challenge of the people or things not getting right is all in leadership. This is how we say it. Everything rises and falls on leadership. So today we'll be talking a very, very interesting topic on how you can lead your organization to succeed. It is important to know that the style of leadership is key in bringing any organization to the promised land or to the expected end that you require. If the leader cannot lead the people right, no matter how much you spend in getting equipment, no matter how much you spend in acquiring all the assets and all of that, even the little skills that you have the best skills, but you don't know how to control, you don't know how to coordinate and take your business to the next level. I'm careful not to use the word management, but it's also in line with that. But I'm talking about leadership. The ability to sell your vision to others is key. It's key to getting people to work with you, and it's key also to getting people to work for you. If you do not know how to lead people, how to influence people, how to get people to get the things done as you want it, then you're going to have a major challenge. I'm not going to talk about leadership qualities today majorly, because many of us have an idea of what the leadership quality should be, and the type of leadership that we know, whether the one man, that is autocratic leadership, the team player leadership, visionary and all of that. But today I just want to give us something that we're able to work with, practicable realities when it comes to leadership. There are about 5 steps to add to that. And it's also going to help out even those of you that have been employed into managerial position in our organization. You've been given the either as the board chairmanship, or the ED, or the MD, as the case may be, or the group head, as the case may be. But you need to understand that your leadership style and the leadership approach is key to either getting the task done and also getting the people involved. The first kind of leadership style, or positioning that we have is called the positional leadership. That leader is the leader that by employment, maybe he's just a leader by circumstance. You just become the leader because you are the one with the vision, the idea. You are the one with who's eldest, who's most should I use the word experience, or you've been in the system longest. You find such leadership positions in some government organization. You find out that it's based on longevity in the department, on the unit, or when it's time to choose a head that will run, you just go and choose somebody who has been there all this while. This kind of leadership does not necessarily mean that because you've been in the system longest, that makes the people follow you. It doesn't mean because you've been in the system longest, that makes the system to work as you want it to be. So this positional leadership usually suffers a lot of setback. because they might bring a leader that the people don't relate with, the people don't like, the people, just because you are placed there as the leader, just because the best person for the job is not as old as you are in the system, or maybe it's also by age as well, it's not as old as you, so naturally you just subdue yourself to that kind of leadership. You will find out as well, there was a leadership challenge also in the ancient books. In Job chapter 32 verse 8, there was a young man who was in the middle of elders talking to Job when Job was going through his financial, emotional, physical, a lot of the issues, marital issues. He just lost his kids, he just lost his business, and some group of his friends also came around, and they were just talking. And after a while, this young man, Eliel, just said to them that I thought age would have given wisdom, or length of years on earth would have given experience, but he now said there is a spirit in man, and there is special inspiration that comes on a younger man to lead. That brings me to the second concept of this leadership, that says it's not by age and it's not by years of experience that makes you the best guy for the job, or you have the capacity to lead the people. But if you want to get your business, or you want to get your organization rolling, you want to get people to move with you, these are the steps that you also need to take. You have been brought in as a commissioner, you have been brought in as a GM, you have been brought in to help to supervise the system. You don't come imposing that position on people. You don't come expecting, because you have been brought there, everybody is supposed to bow to you. No, everybody is supposed to align, because so the people under you are being paid, so they really do not care who sits down there. But you notice that once you begin to make certain demands of them, you begin to expect them to catch a glimpse of your vision, you're going to meet hell in that position. You find out that you're going to meet tough time. The people will make sure that they frustrate you, that your tenure in that system, in that position is not useful, is not resourceful, is not fruitful. But now, if you want to make the change, and you're out there, you're listening to me, and you're saying, I'm also suffering this. What about I'm the owner of my business and I employ people, and I employ you to sit down, but they're not getting the job done? You need to know that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Bringing you to the second kind of leadership, a leader that cares. No matter what it is, once you are brought into a system, once you start your organization, once you recruit people, you have been put in a supervisory or a marginal position, the first thing is to get the people together. Whether you're an autocratic leader or not, whether you've come to make a difference or you've heard so much, no matter what you've heard about the previous leadership, no matter what you've heard that the people do, that they're not coordinate, they are not responsible, they lack this, don't ever come and take a secondary information and bring and infuse it on any system that you find yourself. The first thing is that you must try to build a ground for relationship. That means you must have like a town hall meeting, like you must call for a general staff meeting where you'll be able to pick from the staff or group of employees in that system, talk to them, ask questions, try and reach out to them. And the more you try and reach out to them, the more you go a little personal, the more you begin to deal with their personal issues, deal with their personal development. You can even ask middle level. If you are coming as a top level manager, you can ask middle level management, you can ask lower level management. Have meetings with this different group of people. No matter what it is, the different levels of management will always have opinion. Over the years, over the time, it has always been the issue of lower level cleaners, clericals having issues with administrators or office or supervisors, and because they cannot reach out to management, they suffer a lot. I remember consulting for an organization, and I told the CEO of the organization, I'll come with my team, you recruiters will come in as staffers into your system, and we'll observe, we'll do some blind monitoring and see how the system goes. And we found out by running the organization for a couple of months, for about 6 months to 1 year, we found out that the accountant that pays the junior staffs was always intimidating the staffs. Even when the management has released the full salaries, the accountants or the guys at supervisory level was always looking for some reason to deduct. And because the junior staff have no direct access to top management or to the owner of the organization, they were not effective. They were not doing at their best. They were not happy in the system. Meanwhile, the owner of the organization cares about his people, and because he's just trying to maintain hierarchy, just trying to maintain the flow chart, a lot of things were cut off. So once you come into a system, always find a way to have different meetings with different set of people in your organization, and much more than nothing, begin to show the people that you care. Hear what they are saying, hear their heart cry. Some might not be bold to say so much to you, but listen to the underlying statement. Don't take everything at face surface. Always listen to the underlying statement. They will ask certain questions, and if you observe the questions, you will know the body language of your staffers, and then begin to try to get very personal. That's the level 2 leadership, where if you begin to show how much you care about them, you try to know your staff by name. You don't just ignore them. You don't just look at them like one secretary. You don't just say the front desk officer, go and get me this front desk officer, go and get me the cleaner, go and get me. Try and get to know the names of your staff. Try and get to know the names of the lowest level staff, the cleaner. Try and get very personal and be courteous. It doesn't matter you are the one paying, but somehow you need to relate with them, because they are also human beings. As much of life between you, always try to reach out to them, because it's key. And these are the guys that know the underlying things that happen in your organization, especially if you are into products, especially if you are into goods, where you are not around at night. The security will know when they come to move things, when they come to steal equipment, office parts, that might not mean a lot to you, but if these things keep going down, it is going to affect you. Every time the middle level staff is always looking for an excuse to write out a voucher to take some money, to get you to spend some money because they've connived with the outsiders. These are if you don't relate with this junior level staff, if you don't get to know them one-on-one, get to know their names, if possible, try and know them by their families, try and know their children, try and know their area of interest, try and know what burdens them, know about their grandchildren, know some things. It's not what it does is that you begin to build a familyhood with them, and they appreciate you. You might not be paying them so much, but they're willing to serve you. Once you've gotten to this second level leadership, where you are a leader that cares, then you can now begin. At this point, not everybody will still want to accept you, especially if you are just brought into the system. Even when you show care, they might say it's eye service, you're just trying to look for people to draw next to you. No problem. Then you make it to move to the next level of leadership, where you now become a leader that produces. You must be a productive leader. All your ideas must be ideas that can people begin to see the evidence. They see you as a hard man. You come to put the register. You demand that nobody comes later than 8 a.m. If you do that, you'll be late. But even while you do that, start by showing the example that you yourself, let them come and meet you at the organization 7:30. Not that you give the order, you are supposed to be there by 8 and you're not leading by example. You need to produce it. Once you do that, once you get things in order, if you as the top level manager comes before 8, how dare your underlying staff come after that time? What you would do is to set an alignment. So you are a leader that produces, and maintain your integrity, maintain that character, maintain constance. It is important to know that you are not just employed to just be at the top level. You are employed with your CV and all of that, but you can actually, your CV, your recommendation, and who you are the same. You need to understand that whatever it is, whether it's your own business, you must show some level of character. You bring in money, you borrow money, you are telling the staff that we cannot be taking from production cost money to feed or to pay staff salary. When we have profit, we pay. But you yourself, you are using it to run your home, using it to run your exercises, using it to do other things, and you are telling them that they will not be happy. They will always react. If you say this, stick to it. Also, quickly let me bring it in as a leader that produces. You need to understand that in this level there are 3 kinds of leadership inside this. So there's a leader amongst the people. The people must feel your pain, you must also feel the people's pulse. You must feel their pains. Then a leader before the people, even while you are feeling their pains, even while you are with them, you must also be a leader that has a plan for them. You must, if you don't have a plan for them, the people will always cast despair. They will always be discouraged, and that's what as a nation we're suffering, because we know the leader lives with us. But thank God for, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it's called the advantage of the COVID advantage, where now, like the medical, our healthcare unit now, everybody's forced. So no leader has the capacity to travel out, because where you're going to travel to, there's a problem. So we have to look inward. We have to take care of the healthcare sector. That means the people want to know that we are with you and you are with us. You can feel our pain. Now you understand what we are going through. But you must have a plan for them. You must be a go-ahead. You must stand before the people so the people see you. Then finally, in this segment as well, you must also be a leader that is a visionary. So you must be a leader that is ahead of the people. You must be thinking 2 years, 5 steps ahead of the people. You already made provisions for them. In their welfare, you made provisions. Innovation, you made provision. Don't allow things happen to you. We always suffer that plight. Only when something falls on us before you start to react to it. Most times, most organizations, why they fail is because they are more reactional. Have a provision. If you have a power plant, for example, in your organization, make sure it's serviced right. Don't wait till the engine knocks. Don't wait till they cannot produce. There's no process, and they ask, why are you not manufacturing? Why are you not producing? They say the engine has knocked. No, every equipment has its maintenance period. Take note and service ahead of time. You don't need to wait till something goes wrong before you begin to service. The durations are available. Put the timelines, put things in place. As a leader, you should do that. Then once you are able to be a productive leader, the people, both your detractors and your haters or your lovers, they now begin to look forward to working with you, because now they've seen that no matter what, they might not like you, but you are productive. Now they tend to turn towards you, they tend to turn towards you, they tend to follow up with you. That will now give you the 4th level leadership, which is now you have now become a leader with influence. So you can influence as many people as possible. You can influence both the ones that love you and the ones that don't love you, even the ones that didn't used to like you, didn't used to like your leadership style, because you have been productive, because you've shown you care, because you've moved beyond the position, and now you've shown you care because you've shown that you are productive. You will be able to influence everybody to fall in line. And once you're able to get the people to fall in line, at this point, leadership level 4 leadership, which is that you're able to run that influence tip for them, then you find out that you can actually relax, because everybody knows their place, and everybody knows what to do, and everybody knows when to do it, and everybody knows who he or she is responsible for and responsible to. At this point, your influence now span all over the organization, from the top to the lower level. And finally, you now come to level 5 leadership, where it is now your person, where your name is now a referrer, where even when you retire from the organization a long time, people will always refer to you, where whenever you go to, just the mention of your name, just the mention of the organization will bring people to actually want to align and to support, both internally and externally. And finally, as we wrap up today, I want you to sit back and begin to think of the leadership style that you are in right now, and how to approach it. Even if you are just your own business manager and worker, always try to find that place to know where you are, how you operate for per time. This weekend is one weekend that you should sit down and think of the leadership style and look at all that we've talked about. And by next week, when we come again, I would like to know what your leadership position is. You can see my details. Our details are on the screen. The Facebook is Thinking Beyond the Box, and the WhatsApp number is +234 803 6544423. I take it again. The WhatsApp number is +234 Nigeria 803 6544423. And my social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, is Gabriel Okonji. Hit me, talk to me, and let's interact. Until I come your way, same time next week. Stay blessed, and don't forget, keep thinking